Okay, Gary, let's start talking up about transfers, potential arrivals. Obviously, a lot have gone out of the club. Are you expecting to see anything happen in Cummings in terms of transfers?
We're trying hard. We've got to try and improve our squad, but we've got to improve the numbers as well. And as I say, at the moment, there will be a lot of games coming thick and fast. Tuesday, Saturdays very soon, and unfortunately our injury list is longer than our fit list. So we're trying to get the walking wounded back as quickly as we can, but we don't seem to get small injuries here. We seem to get long-term ones, and that's where we are. But listen, every day we're on the phone. We're trying to find the right people for us in our situation, and of course it's not easy, but we're going to keep trying.
Yeah, so unlikely anything's going to happen before the weekend.
I wouldn't say unlikely. That sounds like it's definitely not going to happen. So I think we have one or two irons in the fire that we're hoping might come to fruition by the weekend.
Yeah, Jordan Clark obviously is one that probably isn't going to happen. Looks like he's moving elsewhere, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Scunthorpe would come into a little bit of money and decided to spend it a little bit, and of course he was on a very good wage at Coventry, and I think Scunthorpe obviously made an offer that he couldn't refuse, and that's what's happened.
Yeah, I mean, so a blow, I suppose, from a Yeovil point of view, because he's been good, hasn't he, during his loan spell here?
Yeah, he's been good, and I suppose we bring him in to play for us, but sometimes people see it that they'll come to us to put themselves in the shop window, and obviously if they do well, then you run the risk of somebody else coming in for them, sort of thing, But again, you're looking at whether it's location, whether it's finances, whatever it is, people will move on. But while he was here, he done well. We was very pleased with him, and sorry that we've lost him.
A new contract for Nathan Ralph as well, so important obviously to tighten young players.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that Nathan would be running around the stadium excited with a new contract, because he's actually been very he's been injured for a lot of the time, and he's been very unlucky with certain injuries. So although it's a slight increase, if you like, in his money, it's mainly going to be he needs a length of games, a group of games where he proves that his body is conducive, his mind is, that's for sure, and we're pleased that he's accepted this new deal till the end of the season, and that's what it is. But he's pleased that he at least knows that we still got faith in him, and he's obviously still got faith in us.
Yeah. Is there a part of you that's happy to see the back of the Manchester United, the build-up and everything that went with it?
No, not really. I understand what you're saying, but I enjoyed it, really enjoyed it. I think our supporters enjoyed it. I enjoy the build-ups to the big games, and it's not me busy in the ticket office, but I enjoyed seeing the ticket office busy and the media department busy, and it's nice. You get everybody gets a little bit of a sort of smile on their face, and it's something that it was a little bit of a shot in the arm for us, which was really nice, and I think you can only be positive from something like that. I'm pleased that we came out of the game with more or less our reputation intact. Certainly, as far as Louis van Gaal's concerned, we did. So that was good from that point of view. And most people enjoyed the day, and most people felt that our team gave as good as it got, despite the millions and millions of difference in finances between the two.
Yeah, what was your one abiding memory from that day? What do you bring away from that? What sticks in your mind?
I think when you get praise from the opposition manager, because at our level, the opposition managers don't give praise to the other manager. They just don't, for some reason. It's never that you've had a bad game and the opposition have had a good game. That doesn't happen. So really, it was the honesty of Louis van Gaal's comments that tactically we got it right, and we was able to, me, Terry and Darren, we worked very, very hard for long hours to try and find a pattern that would be conducive to us staying in the game, but also us having a chance or two, sort of thing. And we thought we found that. For 60 minutes, 66 minutes, we was in the game. We had the first proper chance, real chance with Kiefer, and then got done with a brilliant goal, and then one right at the end where we was all in the box for the free kick. So we did work. So that was it really. Louis van Gaal realising that, and he knew that there had to have been a lot of work done to have stopped their £1 million players.
Yeah, and of course the money that comes with that. Have you been told that that's something that may be reinvested back into the playing squad?
No, not in so many words. I've obviously had a couple of meetings with the board of directors, and the club's still got to be prudent at the moment with the monies. In our precarious position at the bottom of the table, we got to get away from that bottom four first. That's going to be major. We got to make sure that the boys that are on the higher wages, that are not giving that value for money at the moment, we need to see if there's any interest in some of them, and then we need to bring in accordingly. So, even if they said you could have all the money, you've still got to bring in the right person that wants to come here. You still got to, there's lots of things that are conducive to a good signing and that, or even a signing, and it's not always the amount of money, but it's not as though the board are going to say to me, here's 500,000, do what you like with it and bring us in a top Division 1 team. That's not going to happen. No,
and of course now it's back to the league, a big game as well, isn't it, Barnsley? I'll give you bigger than the Manchester United game.
Yeah, it's back to the bread and butter competition, and the Man United game, you mustn't forget, because the boys should show a lot more confidence, if you like, because we've kept one of the best teams in the world down to making mistakes and getting a chance ourselves. So against First Division teams, you'd like to think you might be able to do that again, but create more opportunities for yourself. And so hopefully we're working on that. Confidence is massive, especially with a young-ish and experienced-ish team that we've got. Those games, I think, mean a lot, but Barnsley have been making signings as well. Again, it's where all the chimney pots are up there, and they've made a couple, so we've got to go up there, and as you say, it does become a very important game. Yeah,
I mean, especially one of the teams that aren't that far ahead of you, are they, in the table, so to pull them back is obviously your objective.
Yeah, that's the objective. Of course, you've probably got to win 10 games in your last 20, so 23. So if you can get, I know people go, yeah, all right, when we say we've got to get a run of wins, but that's what you've got to do. And at the moment, it's sort of winning 1 in 2, and if you can get a few wins and it becomes winning 1 and 1 in 3, then you're getting there, sort of thing. So, but that's the initial. The target is to win every game, of course it is, but you're going to need those 50 points, and that's what we've got to do.
Yeah, you say that managers don't give credit to one another very often in this division. Danny Wilson, obviously someone you know very well.
Yeah, I do. He's done well down wherever he's been, and did he make 1,000 games, Danny? I don't think I'm far off that now. I'm only 100 games off that, I think, so it won't be long before I'm in some museum somewhere. But he has done very well, and he's always been a very good adversary in the opposition dugout, and he'll have his tactics, and we'll have ours, and we'll see what gives.